Good morning to all of you. In last class, we will discuss about nomenclature and functional groups. Okay, so let's take some example for the same for writing or structure to draw the structure of the name of compound. Okay, if as you can see here, I am writing first ethanoic acid. Okay, so here what we have eth, that means you know that here we have two carbons. Okay, so next here we have an means single bond is present. Now here what is attaching here, oic acid is attached here. That means what we have to add functional group COOH. Okay, so if I'm writing the name of the same, so that is C single bond C, and at first position, or we can say out of these two, at one position I am marking here or writing here COOH. Okay, this is ethanoic acid. Clear? So next example we have is bromopentane. Now here the substituent is attached bromo. That means at first position in the pentane bromo is attached. So we know for pent we have to write here first of all 5 carbon, 3, 4 and 5. Here is ane, that means everywhere single bond is present. Clear? Now as I am saying bromo, so at first position I am writing here Br. Br means bromo. After that complete the valency of all the carbons. So this is the structure for bromopentane. Clear? Similarly, if we take one more example, that is butanone. Now, butanone, that means now at the last there is on, which means this is an example for ketone. Okay, for ketone what we are writing? For ketone we are writing C double bond O. Okay, so for but we have to first write here 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbons. After that what we have to do? Here is a single bond, that is why I am writing here single bond. Next is on, which means at one carbon there is a double bond O is present. After that you have to complete the valency of all the carbon atoms. As you can see with this carbon there is already 4 bond is present. So no hydrogen is attached with that carbon. So this is a structure for butanone. Clear? Next we have is fourth example, which is of hexanal. Hexa. Now here is not ol, here is al, al. That means we have to add aldehyde. Okay, functional group aldehyde. For functional group is CHO. Okay, so for hex, first we have to write here 6 carbons, 4, 5 and 6. Ane is present, that means everywhere is single bond. Next is al. So that means what I have to do? I have to write at one carbon C double bond OH. That is CHO. As I told you earlier in last class, we have to write it like that also. Clear? Next, completed valency. So this is a structure for hexanal. Clear? So this is the question. If the name is given, you have to draw the structure. Now structure is given to you and you have to name them. So how would you? So similarly like that, I am taking the structure, that is if CH3, CH2, Br. Okay. So for this, if as you can see, we have here 2 carbon atoms, that means eth. Okay, and here is a bromo is attached. So remember that when we are writing the name, so first of all I am writing here bromo. Okay, so bromo for 2 carbon eth and single bond is present between carbon and carbon, so bromoethane. Clear? So if I am taking one more example, that is now. So as you can see with this carbon, what we have? 1 O and 1 hydrogen, that means it is CHO group. Clear? So the name of that compound is, we have here 1 carbon, so I am writing here meth A null now, Al. Okay, because aldehyde is present. Similarly, we can take more examples, so you have to write the name for the same as it is, like that. Clear? So next we have is chemical property of carbon compounds, in which first reaction we have is combustion. Combustion, as you all know that here we have three allotropic forms of carbon. Okay, that is graphite, diamond and fullerenes. Okay, so all the allotropic forms burn in oxygen and give carbon dioxide. Okay, what does it mean? If we have here carbon, it burn in the presence of oxygen. Okay, what it gives? It gives carbon dioxide. Plus, here is somewhat amount of, we can say, heat and light is also produced. Heat or light and light. Clear? When carbon is burned, it produces CO2, heat and light. Remember that point. Okay. So, this is the reaction which we already discussed in first chapter. Okay. If I am taking one more example, that is CH4. Okay. That is methane plus O2. So when we are combining these, so what we have here, we have CO2, formation of CO2 plus water. Okay, so we have to also balance it again, plus heat and light is formed. Clear? So remember that what is combustion reaction? When we burn some substance, okay, so there is a, in the presence of oxygen, it can release heat and light. Okay, heat and light, in we can say that energy also. Okay, so this process of burning is known as combustion. Clear? Now in your book there are two activities given. What they said that in activity 4.3, take some carbon compounds like naphthalene, you can take camphor or alcohol. So what you have to do is you can take that compounds one by one in a spatula and burn it. Okay, after that what you have to note that flame which is produced, that nature of that flame and smoke is produced. Okay, so place a metal plate between the flame and there is a deposition of the plate in case of any compound, that if we are taking any one compound, that is there is any substance which is attaching with the metal plate. Okay, similarly if we have activity 4.4, what they said that light a Bunsen burner and adjust the air hole at the base to get different types of flame. Okay, we have to adjust air hole like that, there are different types of flames of smoke can be taken place here. So when do you get a yellow sooty light? You have to notice that then when yellow light is comes there. Okay, when do you get a blue light? और blue light कब आई आपके पास? ठीक है. So we can say that when we have some saturated hydrocarbons. Okay, when we have some saturated, as we already discussed what is saturated hydrocarbons or compounds. So when we have saturated hydrocarbons, they will give us clean blue flame. Remember that when we are taking saturated, then here we have clean blue flame is there. Okay, and when we are taking unsaturated compounds, okay, so what happen when we are taking unsaturated compounds? So there is a production of yellow flame. Okay, yellow flame with a lot of black smoke. With black smoke. Clear? This is how different flames come. Okay, with the, we can observe it with the saturated and unsaturated compounds. Clear? So, and we can see that the combustion is incomplete when we are taking less amount of oxygen. Okay, we know that how it is burning happen when there is the presence of oxygen, but when we are taking or there is a limited amount of oxygen is there, so that combustion will be incomplete whether the compound is saturated or unsaturated. Clear? So you notice that there in the, when we are using gas, kerosene, okay, at home, so there are some inlets present in that, due to which there is oxygen can be entered. Okay, or it mix, we can say. So when you observe that in cooking utensils, okay, or we can take vessels like pressure cooker and etc. Other, they get blackened at the end, okay, where flame comes. Why it is blackened? It means that the air hole, okay, that air hole in that vessels blocked, okay, that is why now it become here black layer will be appears and the utensils, okay. So that means when there is a black layer appears, now there the hole are blocked, so the fuel which is we are using, whether LPG or other, so that is also get wasted, okay. So fuels like coal and petroleum also contain some amount of nitrogen and sulfur. Next point we have is oxidation, okay, as we already discussed oxidation in first chapter also, that what is oxidation? It is the addition of, we simply said that it is the addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen, okay. So addition of oxygen. So there is also same in this chapter. So here what we have, if I am taking here one example, that is CH3CH2OH, which is ethanol. So if we are treating it or heating it in the presence of KMNO4, okay, KMNO4, or whether we are acidified it with dichromate, okay, so what they form, it will form CH3COOH, okay, as there is the oxidation occur. Now this KMNO4, it is act as oxidizing agents. Now what is oxidizing agent? These are the substances which are capable of adding oxygen to others, okay, these are the which is capable to adding oxygen to the others. This is known as oxidizing agents. Now next is addition reaction. Now what is addition? As the name addition, so that means somewhat is adding here. So if we are taking some unsaturated hydrocarbons, okay, if I am taking here, as you can see, I am taking here C double bond C, okay, whether there is hydrogen or R group is present, okay. So if I am writing here RR, that means alkyl group CH3 C2H5, what will be comes here, okay. When we are adding hydrogen into this in the presence of catalyst nickel and whether other catalyst, okay, so platinum, if we can take nickel or platinum, okay, so what is the catalyst which increases the speed of the reaction, okay. So what will happen, it will form the alkanes, okay. So as you can see here, already 2 alkyl group which is R group is present with R. Next here is the addition of 2 hydrogens are there. So this is known as addition reaction. Clear? So this reaction is also called hydrogenation. Hydrogenation means addition of hydrogens. Next is substitution reaction. Now what is meaning of substitution? That means there is a somewhat replacing, okay, or we can say that atom or groups replace one or more hydrogen, okay. So if we are taking example CH4, when we are treating it with chlorine in the presence of, we can say, sunlight, okay. So I'm writing here light. So what will happen? One hydrogen is removed from here and chlorine get attached to that. So I'm writing here CH3Cl. Clear? Plus next what we have left with, from here one hydrogen and from here one chlorine. So it will form HCl. Okay. This is the CH3Cl. Clear? Or if I am writing here sunlight. So what is a substitution reaction? When there is the replacement of one hydrogen with the other atom in the presence of sunlight.